We are going to talk about why Rolling Stone, and especially a writer there by the name of Miles Klee, cannot be trusted as a news source. Back in 2014, you may recall that one of its former contributors, Sabrina Erdely, wrote this article, A Rape on Campus. This article got many facts wrong. It had a significant impact on the University of Virginia admissions rate, and there were many lawsuits. Erdely ended up being on the hook for $3 million to the plaintiffs in this suit. And you would think that after such an odious scandal, Rolling Stone would be a lot more careful about who it hires. You see where I'm going with this. This is Miles Klee, and yes, he is as much of a douchebag as he looks like. Miles Klee has been stalking and harassing me now for more than a decade. He's spread falsehoods. He's never actually contacted me to find out if anything is correct. This man is, in short, a negligent practitioner. He's been bouncing around from one job to another. And at the end of the day, everybody eventually finds out just how awful Miles Klee is as a writer and a journalist. And of course, look who hired him. Yeah. And if you're thinking to yourself, well, Miles Klee may have been a fuck-up in the past. He's grown older and wiser. I'm about to drop some receipts. Because Miles Klee is one of the greatest fuck-ups in the media industrial complex. And he has not changed at all. On February 23rd, 2024, Miles Klee dropped this article and got several things wrong. Most specifically, we're going to focus on one passage of this article, shall we? Amid this debate, Mike Solana, a vice president of the venture capital firm Founders Fund, tweeted, "It's pretty simple, actually. Art should be beautiful." Although he didn't mention Hitler or the paintings, this statement was interpreted by some of his followers as an endorsement of Hitler's visual aesthetic. He did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Some of his followers, it was actually only one. Here's the link right here, one tweet from a suspended account. You can also see in that fucking tweet that Mike Solana simply said art should be beautiful. The whole some people say gambit is the kind of thing you expect to see on Fox News. It is not factually viable, especially when it's only one tweet. You can't say that because one completely insane maniac, someone who now has a suspended account, has falsely interpreted the original source of the tweet that some or many of his followers have. But hey, this actually gets a lot more interesting because Mike Solana actually posted an email he received from Miles Klee. "Hi, Mike. Reaching out from Rolling Stone as I'm working on an article about the backlash to Google's Gemini AI, as well as some concurrent discourse on whether Hitler had any talent as a painter. I've read your comments on the former, but I also came across this earlier post of yours where you explained that art should be beautiful. I noticed this tweet came around the same time that others were fiercely debating Hitler's merits as an artist because of this post offending them, and wondering if your remark had any connection to that conversation. It seems as if at least one of your followers thought so. Anyway, just looking for clarity on that, and if you'd like to weigh in on Hitler's paintings, feel free. Thanks for your time, and all best, Miles Klee." This is nothing less than a deranged character assassination campaign that cannot be constituted as bona fide journalist. You see, the journalist's job is not to assume in advance, it's to report on the fact. And Miles Klee's career, very much like Erdely's career, is predicated upon assumption, not corroboration. I know this because Miles Klee went after me on Twitter the other day and got 4 things wrong about yours truly. But Miles, you're still a fuck-up and a hack. And I have forwarded all of this to numerous editors at Rolling Stone, including the editor-in-chief. I had not thought about you or mentioned you at all. You are that fucking insignificant. You are that much of a complete fucking gnat in the media food chain. But hey, you sent your followers my way to shit-talk me, and I just did a little bit of digging. And now your bosses know. Are you going to keep your job, Miles? Who knows? One thing I can tell you is that you are not a journalist, you are not a reporter, you are completely incorrigible in assuming things about people. Now, everybody knows your fucking grift, you fucking asshole. Have a wonderful Friday, Miles. You really should not be working in journalism. You couldn't fucking report your way out of a paper bag, you completely incompetent fuckhead. Miles, you are so incompetent that you're eventually going to pull a Sabrina Erdely on Rolling Stone. and they're going to have to pay. If I were Rolling Stone, I would shit can your ass immediately, but I'm not. Rolling Stone apparently likes to hire fuck-ups like you. Well, we'll see how that goes, huh?